Hello, my darling babes. If you are watching or listening to this episode today, we have the fabulous Stef Fox, and I'm going to let her tell us all the things of why we should know her. So, Steph, go for it. You have the
Oh my
screen.
gosh. Okay. Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having me on the podcast today. Um, what should you know about me? I'm a hairdresser, so yay. I am obsessed with the beauty industry. I think it is the coolest place to work. I think my hottest thing right now is really wondering if people are having fun, and if they're not,
Oh,
really just encouraging them to be like, what is not fun about making people beautiful? So
yeah.
let go of some shit. So
Mm-hmm.
just have fun, right? So that's kind of
Yeah.
my current headspace around the work that we get to do.
Love that.
Um yeah, and so I work in the beauty space primarily with leadership
Mm-hmm.
and with professional manufacturers. And so my job is to help professional brands understand salon owners and to help salon owners understand and better lead their teams. So, kind of the summary of that is leadership. I'm in my doctorate right now studying organizational leadership. So, I'm kind of this very weird hairdresser. I'm like,
I'm
I
so excited. That is so cool.
I'm like, okay, mega nerd and also love the creative side of all of our work.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I'll finish my doctorate schooling this December, and then I have my dissertation next year. So, next fall you can have me back, and I'll be Dr. Fox.
MG. Yes, I love that so much. So when did you okay, I have two questions, but I don't know which one to ask first. When did you find this niche of leadership and then also manufacturers? Like how did that happen?
Yeah, so my career has been kind of a combination of in salon work, salon ownership, and working inside of manufacturers. And
Uh-huh.
so, in that kind of combination of work, gosh, back in 2020, I was recruited to one of the Fortune 500 companies to be their national head of sales.
Mm.
And that really gave me a different perspective internally of what the C suite teams understand and don't understand about the small business owner that they serve.
Mhm.
And having been in all the seats and being somebody that is not afraid of a very difficult conversation, I'm like,
Mhm.
look, we are missing each other, guys. Like, this is
Yeah.
such a miss.
Yeah.
And so I've just been honestly really blessed. I mean, I have brand partnerships with 10 to 12 of the top professional manufacturers, and some of them have me work and support their sales teams. Some of them have me work and support their executive C suite team and their sales teams. And then all of them help me support their salons. Um, and so I get to be in the room and basically say, hey, what you're doing is not measuring up. Like, this doesn't
Mhm.
support a salon owner. So let's
Mhm.
talk about that.
That
Or I
is
get to work
very
with it's fun. I get to work with the sales team and help them have more confidence in talking to salon owners. Cause
yeah.
they don't know. If they haven't owned a salon, they don't know
They have
what it's
no
really like.
idea. They're like totally checked out. They have no idea. Whoa, that's so cool. Okay. And then when did you know that leadership was like your thing? Like now you're going for a master's. You're going to be Dr. Fox in leadership. Like what when was that
Yeah.
moment?
So it's been a long time coming. And for me in my life, my faith is like a super important part of my
Mhm.
life. And
Mhm.
I think that in the journey of kind of becoming who I am, so I turned 40 this last year, and I feel like that was it's just the best year. I'm like, I have just
Yeah.
learned so much about myself. Um,
Yeah.
in hindsight, I have been trying to figure out that calling of mine. I've always worked on a calling. Like, I am a very purposeful person, and I think most people that know me would say you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. But
Mhm.
the real click that it was like I have to say no to everything else and only be in this lane of leadership actually happened last October. Um, I mean, I've been doing consulting and leadership work for 10 years, but the bulk of my work for 10 years was recruitment. And it was helping salons and brands understand, how do you attract the right talent? And that was a natural unfolding into well, we can get them here, but how are you keeping them?
Mm.
Um, and honestly, I don't know if you experienced this, but most salon owners I talk to would literally hand you the keys if someone would just take it from them. And that pain made me sad. I'm like, we don't have to feel that way. Like
Yeah.
growing a salon does not have to feel that way. And I want to crack that code. And so that's what my dissertation research is about. It's understanding what it takes to drive performance and build retention and love the work, because
Yeah.
I'm a full stop. Like if I don't love the work, and I'm down for hard work, like
Mm-hmm.
give me the hard. But if
Mm-hmm.
I don't love it, if it is soul sucking, you are not going to see me doing it with any kind of longevity. And I'm like, I just think we should love our work. Like it's our
Yeah.
life. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Very cool. Okay. How long have you been in the industry?
24 years.
I love it.
Yeah,
Say it so proudly too. 24
I do.
years, babe. Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
I got my Botox. I'm like, I'm going to be in my
Fully
60s,
committed.
like 40 years, they'll be like, oh, you don't even look a day over 45.
So, okay. So, how did you get into the industry?
So wild. My entry into the industry, I don't consciously remember why I decided to be a hairdresser, actually. A few things like line up. My first job was in a booth rental hair salon,
Okay.
cleaning tanning beds. I
Oh,
was 15.
how
And
exciting.
I just was like, this is so cool. They did nails, like the owner did nails, and then she had a bunch of people that rented chair. It was chair rental, not booth rental.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and I was like, oh, this is like the most fun place ever. And then flash forward like a few years, in school I was always like very academic, and I was for sure the kid that was going to college. Like I
Mm-hmm.
had a full academic scholarship.
Mm-hmm.
I went for 3 weeks. My best friend was in cosmetology school. Maybe she influenced me. I don't know. I dropped out. I walked away from all the things, and I went home and told my mom that I was going to be a hairdresser.
Cool.
And then, she was like, "Oh my gosh, you did what?" Um, she said to me, "You're wasting your brain, Stephanie."
Oh, no.
And I was like, "I will show you." I
Yeah.
was pissed. I was like, "This
Yeah.
is not true."
Yeah.
Um, Now she like literally swears she never ever said that, which is so funny.
I
I'm
love
like,
it
you're
when they do that.
lucky there were no camera phones back then.
Yeah. Seriously. That would have been recorded
Well, yeah.
and
So
blasted.
yeah, and I mean, along the way, I obviously did choose to go back to school. Like I just love to
Yeah.
learn. And so
Yeah.
I did an undergrad in marketing, and then I did my MBA, and then now my doctorate. And I'll tell you what, I am stoked to finish. There's no more school to do. Like after
I
you have a
love it.
doctorate, I'm like, I can do all the certifications I want, but I'm done with like college. I'm done.
Yeah. Oh my God. What did you Okay, so you have do you have a salon? Or
I
had a
sold a
salon?
salon. I
Yeah.
had a salon for 10 years.
Okay. So what did your team do? Like, yeah, you guys, all right, I'm gonna go be a doctor. See you later, BRB. Like how
Yeah.
did that conversation go?
Okay, so I didn't start my doctorate until after I sold the salon, but
Okay.
there is a chunk of the women that work for me that I still meet with, like at least
Okay.
once a quarter we go to dinner, and they're
It's
just
cute.
like, they literally are like, you're nuts, Stephanie. Like that's what they say to me. You're nuts. Like they used to tell me, like in my leadership, as an owner, they're like, I never want to be an owner. Like you work way too
Mhm.
hard. Like you have to do so much. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, like it is hard work. Like leading is this incredible responsibility.
Mhm.
I mean, I think the bulk of the people that know me well, like, just joke with me about, are you going to be Dr. Fox or Dr. Steph or Dr. Steph Fox? Like, it just becomes like a joke. And I'm like, I don't know. All of it sounds weird to me. So I don't know what. So everybody's, they're proud, they're excited, they
That's
think it's
cool.
a little crazy. But I think probably the people that know me well, they're not surprised that I chose this path because I'm just kind of wired like that.
So, when you sold your salon,
Hmm.
did you have some of your team feel like they sold that you sold them out?
Oh yeah, it was
Yeah.
heartbreaking. The person that worked for me the longest, like from day one, basically of
Mm.
opening, like she said like the kindest thing to me, which was, "I'm so glad what you had to say was you sold the salon and not that you're moving because I can still see you."
Oh,
And I was like, "Oh my gosh,"
they're so
Um,
cute.
the people that actually felt like I kind of sold them out, so to speak,
Mhm.
were essentially anybody that had been hired in the first or like the prior year.
Mm.
They were like, "We came here because of you."
Mm.
And that was hard to hear. I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh gosh," right? Like just stab me in the heart.
Yeah.
But it was like they felt like, wow, like you left us. Like
Mhm.
we picked this place because of you. Because I mean, the reason I've spent 10 years helping so many salons recruit is because I'm a really good recruiter. So like I had a great team. Um, and I can sell a dream because I can help someone make a dream happen. And that was hard. And I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I went on to coach many of them once they moved on, like a lot of them left the salon and called me and like, can you help me, Steph? I'm like, of course. What do you need? Let's
Mm-hmm.
figure it out.
Mm-hmm. What would you tell, the industry is really going into that shift of salon suite owners, you know, it's always been the commission and the booth or chair rent, and then now it's this suite ownership. What do you tell those stylists going into the suites on how to be successful? Right? Like I personally believe there's a place for everyone. Every single one of those is necessary in their own right. But what do you tell them that they go into the suite and they're like, I'm a business owner, and like what do you tell them?
Yeah, so I'm with you. I think there's a place in our industry for everybody. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I'm an entrepreneur, so I can respect like a desire to work for yourself. I would say like two things. First, get your head right because it is not an easy journey.
Mm-hmm.
Like solo business ownership period
Mm-hmm.
has incredible highs and lows.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have got to have a solid mindset to walk you through the lows and the valleys, or you're going to want to quit. And I think the second thing I would say about that is build a community around you because going off on your own and thinking you're going to go be a business owner and it's going to be this great thing. And then one day you look around and you're like, I have no one to actually like feel inspired by or to talk about things or to celebrate. Like it's an isolating. And then the second something shows up in life and life is lifing, and now it's like work feels harder. Like it's not the easier path. Like despite what people think, where it's like, oh, I have all the freedom, I can make all the money. Like it's not true. So like get your head right and find a community, or it's not going to be very fulfilling, and it's probably not going to be very financially lucrative either.
Mm-hmm. What has been your biggest failure
Mm,
this far, and how did you overcome it? And it could be personal or professional.
that's a really great question. Okay, I'm going to go the personal route.
Okay.
So I have always been very ambitious since I was young. Like I
Love
graduated
it.
early from high school. I was like, go, right? And that kind of hard driving, what I now refer to as like masculine energy, that
Mm-hmm.
like you got to make it happen. I almost like my body feels like it's like a gripping, right? It's like a the pursuit of my professional like development and professional life and all the things I feel like called to achieve has cost me relationships and particularly like a marriage
Mm-hmm.
because I didn't know how to be soft in the pursuit of like what I feel called to do. And so in that pursuit, I'm this like hard driving, go for it. And it doesn't leave a lot of space for other people to feel cared for and loved, despite deep love and deep caring. Right. And so I think the biggest failure, which big lessons learned, was like going through my 30s, not realizing I could get all that I wanted and be soft about it too. So,
Yeah. I really appreciate that you shared that, because that is another talk right now, especially in the coaching world, of us ladies being more feminine, embracing that feminine energy, that the way God created us to be more. And we are so driven because we do have all of these passions and all of these things that we want to do. Like 24 hours in the day, I'm going to be a master in all 24 hours. you know, like
mhm.
like we just get so hard. So I'm really happy that you shared that, because it's very important that the ladies listening and watching understand you can still be a lady and still get what you want. So that's very cool.
And
Um
it feels better, by the way, for those of you
yeah.
listening. Um,
Yeah.
especially like if you have faith, like for me, it's rooted in my faith. Like I know when God is talking to me,
Mhm.
and if it feels like I have to control it, it is not from Him.
Thank you.
And every decision I've
Yeah.
made that has come out of this like gripping, I have to make this happen, this like wound up, like, go get it never turns out the way that it just like doesn't happen. So And I'm somebody who, on the outside, people have said to me, reflected back to me my whole life, like, Steph, like, you manifest everything you want. Like, you get everything you want. Like, I hear that.
Mhm.
And I'm like, yes, I am fortunate that, like, God has allowed me to still, like, land in the place I'm supposed to land
Mhm.
while, like, molding me to realize, hey, I'm actually the one moving you here. Like, you think
Yeah.
you're driving the bus, but you're not driving anything, you know?
Right.
So now I'm like, I don't want to drive the bus. I just want to be wherever you want me to be. And it feels so much, I don't want to drive. It feels so much better. I
Yeah,
mean,
it
it's so
does.
good. It's so
Yeah.
good.
All right, so let's talk about that. You know, we are women, business women in the beauty industry where the world is like, you play Barbies all day. That's so easy. But then we're also women of faith. How do how does that feel for you? We kind of touched on it a little bit, like juggling both of those identities, if you will,
Hmm. Hmm.
in such a fast-paced business mindset, but very like trendy place, you know?
Yeah. I think, first of all, faith is something that I know not everybody shares. And my ambition always is never to make somebody feel like I think they should be believing whatever I believe.
Mhm.
And so I think that in my work, what I've never had an issue with this, and I think it's probably because I'm conscious of it, is like, I just believe that we should all be, like, listening to, like, our higher source. And, like, for
Mhm.
me, that is God, like, full stop.
Mhm.
Like, I'm a Christian.
Mhm.
And I think I'm very confident in sharing my faith,
Mhm.
in the work that I do in an industry where I have other coaches and other friends that are like, "Oh my gosh, you're not afraid to talk about that?" And I'm like, "No, actually, like, I'm good with it because I'm not offensive to people." I love
Right.
people, and it's okay. Like, if you don't believe what I believe, that's okay, but I wanna help you think about your energy. I wanna help you think about your frequency. I wanna help you think about what you're working towards. For me, God is driving that. For you, you might think it's something else. That's between you and God. Like, that's not between me, I don't need any part of that.
Right.
So,
Right.
I you know, for me, I start every day with a journal,
Mhm.
um, and my Bible,
Mhm.
and I have to, like, download my thoughts,
I
and I
love that. I
like,
love
I write
that.
my prayers. Like, that's like,
Okay.
I'm, like, talking to God. My journal is, like, me talking to God.
Love that.
And that kinda helps me get centered. Um, and then learning to pray through the day. Like, hair is hard. Beauty is hard. And the reason it's hard is because we interact with people all day, every day,
Mhm.
and they bring us all their emotions. And whether
Mhm.
like, we absorb, like, frequency and energy, like, it's a real thing. Vibrational energy is a thing, right? We move energy between us. And so we take other people's energy on, and that's exhausting emotionally. And I know I do a lot of coaching for a lot of younger stylists who, like, look, your first 3 years, you're going to get feedback from every angle.
So good.
It is tough. You're going to think you're failing. You're going to think you suck. Like, it's when you're going to want to quit because you're not making any money yet. Like,
Yeah.
but if you can just get centered in your purpose and focus, it's good. Like,
Yeah.
so for me, I have to have the anchoring in the morning and then
Mhm.
pray about stuff and let it be whatever it's going to be.
Be open to hear your answers to those prayers. You got to be
Yes.
receiving the feedback, right? So that's beautiful. I really love that. And I think this particular podcast, we keep it real and raw. That's why we have the hat. Anything goes here. And so I really want people watching and listening to be able to hear that there are some beauty and barber pros out here that really do have a higher power that's leading our way in everything that we do.
Hmm.
So thank you for sharing that.
Yeah,
I saw that you are a keynote speaker. And did I see that you have done 350 plus
I
things?
sure have. Oh, man.
Girl, that is a lot of lemon and honey. Like, oh my God. How do you do that many? Like, where are you going?
I've been speaking for, gosh, I think I did my first keynote in 2008.
Girl.
So I've been speaking for a long time. I love it. Like, That is my gift. That is
Oh,
my gift.
okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So what are these topics and where are you going to do these keynotes?
Yeah, I mean, I spend time at pretty much every major professional beauty event. Like
Okay.
my clients, I would say 80% of my clients are salons that are doing 30 to 50 million a year. Like I work
Okay.
with big salons. And then
Okay.
there's a pool of my clients that are single location. Some of them are on the march to a million, some of them are like over a million. But I spend a lot of time in like Inner Coiffure is a huge event space for me. I speak pretty much every spring and every fall there. And those are the big guys, like they're big
Love it.
players. Um,
Yeah.
and then I spend time, I work with the PBA, I collaborate with the PBA and speak at the executive summit, serious business, TEDx. Oh my gosh. I'm like, where have I spoke? Forest. So many
That's
places, like the
great.
list is endless. I'm like, where have I not spoke actually at this point?
That's
Like,
cool.
yeah.
That
And
is
I just
very
love it.
cool.
And I talk about
Yeah.
all different things. I mean, I think my work when I first started doing keynotes was a lot about generations in the workforce. And this is back like when there was a book called Not Everybody Gets a Trophy. I don't know if you ever read that book. It was like about Gen Y before we started
Okay.
calling them like millennials, it was like before we
Mm-hmm.
shifted verbiage. And so it was like, I've always sought to help people understand other people. Like I want both sides. Like I'm a good middle grounder. Like I can empathize here, I can empathize here. A lot of leadership development. I talk a lot about frequency and like the energy you bring. And of course, like just goals, visions, purpose. Like I'm a motivational speaker, but a teacher too. Like I definitely
Yeah.
teach. Mhm.
Yes, 100. Okay, um what has been your favorite insult that you have ever gotten that is like your driver at this point?
Oh man. Well, that one came to mind that is not my driver, but it made me laugh really hard.
Okay.
Another coach in the industry came up to me at an event last year and she like looked at me and she goes, "Wow, you're so much prettier in person."
Bro.
It's like, okay.
Thanks,
I
I
don't even
guess.
know. I don't even know what to say to you, but like, okay. So that was funny. It still makes me laugh when I think about it. And then she said it again. She saw me later and we were in Vegas at a big hotel. She saw me later and she said the same thing. And I was like, okay, thank you.
I'm
um,
so happy to exceed your expectations. That's
yeah, I'm
great.
like, wow, I don't know what you're saying about my photos, but
That's
gosh, the
great.
greatest insult. It's probably when people say to me like, "Oh, you're so direct." I'm
Hmm.
like, I am. And
Hmm.
in my like growth in like more feminine space, like I'm learning how to be direct and soft because I for sure have been direct and sharp in my past. Um, leadership learnings.
Yep.
But yeah, I think it's interesting when people give me that feedback. They're like, "You're so direct," or they also will say like, "You're so passionate." Now that I take like a high compliment, I'm like, "Yes, I am very
Right.
passionate,"
Right.
but I hear those too. You're
Okay,
direct and you're
where are you
passionate.
from? Are you in tech? Where are you from?
I'm in Ohio.
Ohio. Why did I think
Yeah.
Texas? I don't know why.
I
Okay,
mean,
so direct Ohio. I guess Ohio's a northern state, right?
it is. Yeah.
Okay, so that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's very
I think it's
interesting.
because I'm not afraid of having hard conversations. Like I'm the
Yeah.
person that will say what needs to be said. Um, there's a funny, it's called the Saboteur Assessment. Check it out. It's super fun. It was
Yeah.
done by a Stanford researcher and it helps you identify the places you self sabotage. So I take this assessment and I'm like a nerd for assessments, right? Like, give me all the self
Steph,
awareness. You
Steph, you
too?
can give me all the links.
Okay.
It's been a hot minute, so I need to like reevaluate. You can send me all of them. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, continue.
Saboteur. So I'm
Okay.
taking this assessment, and then I'm the friend that's like, everybody has to take this. Like, I want to know, like, all
Yeah.
about you, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
my girlfriends, like, in my day to day life who are not in beauty, are kind of like, okay, here we go, stuff. Like, you and your goals, you know? I'm like, take this assessment. So we're sitting on my back. I have like a big pergola. We're sitting back there, and they're all reading their results. And they're like, oh, my number one is a people pleaser, or my number two. And I'm scrolling. I'm like, where is people pleaser? Like, it's not even on, it didn't even register. Like it did not, and it's one of the saboteurs. I scored so low, it wasn't on my results. And they're like, that tracks. Like that
That's
tracks.
oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the last time I took a personality, one of those kinds of quizzes, I really thought I was going to be an extrovert because of all the things that I'm always doing, right? All these
Mm.
multi passions. I'm an introvert. And I said, what? This must be wrong. And I took it again. I took it maybe like 3 times and I did like the average number.
Oh my
I'm an
gosh.
introvert. I'm an
Yeah.
introvert. And it's like, what? So that's really interesting. I love that.
I'm
And
an
I,
introvert also. So I think it's interesting. Like people see like people like you and I, like,
yeah.
okay, we podcast, we're out in the world, we're like
Yeah.
loud and bold
Yeah.
and but like I'm my natural being is like I gotta refuel and like be in
Mhm.
my space and be in my journal and like do my art. Like
Yeah.
I need quiet.
Yeah, I need it. Like I get energized with people and events and all those speaking and hair shows and all that stuff. But then I need to recharge for like 2 weeks, like just total silence.
Yeah, for sure. I'm the
So,
same. Hmm.
all right. So, with all of these things and all these personal development stuff, like where do you see the industry going? Cuz you're with
Yeah.
the big guys. So,
Yeah.
what's going on in their corner?
I mean, I think from a business perspective right now, there's two big challenges that salons are facing. One is retail.
Mm.
It is a revenue stream that is down. It's down across the board in the professional channels. It's not down in the consumer channels. So same brands in Ulta, Sephora, Amazon up, those brands and salons down. So there's just this huge opportunity to, I think, level up. I think technology is going to play a part in it. How salons can properly nurture a lead. So, my belief is fully belief. I don't have any facts on this, but I think that the increase in price over the last 6 years of the service and then the manufacturer's increasing price of products, I think day of feels like way too big of a thing to bite off for most consumers. So they're not buying day of. And then they do not come back into the salon between services. So they're not buying in the salon. They're buying when they're out and about, running to Target, popping in the Ulta that's next door to it. Like that's when they're buying. And so we need a bridge to that. Like we have to fix that. Because I do believe professional beauty should be the primary channel for those products. I believe that wholeheartedly. Like we're the experts in that. So I think that's a
Yeah.
big area that we're moving in a new direction.
Mhm.
Um, and then a lot of salons were terrified when they returned in 2020 by what their workforce kind of demanded or what
Mhm.
felt like demands.
Mhm.
And they gave in to a lot of things out of fear. And now I have been preaching for since 2017 about the need to evolve the way we operate the business model to meet the people. Like I'm a full, we have to evolve. But what we did was we threw our hands up and said, I'm not going to really coach people because I'm afraid they're going to quit if I do. And the fact is, people want to grow. Like we have data, I have data that supports that. So I think that we have a major opportunity to revisit how we coach and support service providers on their journey, not by making it about the numbers, like not here's your KPIs, you're not selling enough retail. Like that's not coaching. So I think the ability to become a performance coach as a business owner in salons is critical
Mhm.
to driving a high performing team, to growing your business, to making people want to stay and be in your business. And the risk at play right now is going back to your current team and saying things like, well, we used to do this and we got to get back to it because, we're just kind of, we're falling behind or we're not doing enough. Because if I've been working my butt off for the last 6 years and you come to me and basically tell me like, you got to start doing this thing that we used to do because you're kind of not good enough now. I am not going to like that, right? It's not going to
Right.
sit well with me as a service
Right.
provider. And so there's a risk in the way it's delivered. There's a risk in the way that people are brought into it. And I think it's an invitation. I mean, my advice to anybody listening, if you have a team that you're like, man, I really wish I was coaching my team. Number one, like learn how to be a really great coach. But number two, just invite people and whoever wants to come along for the coaching, start there. Don't force
Mm.
people into stuff. Like go where the energy is. Like where do people want the help? And then people will
Yeah.
come along. Like they will go, oh wow, why is she growing so much? Like sign me up.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so wait, how does that look like a staff meeting and we're like, okay guys, we're going to start a coaching program. If you are interested, come on, let's do it. Like, or is it more like, where do you guys feel is your weak spots? Like, let's talk about, like, let's start there, let's have a one-on-one, that kind of thing.
Yeah. So this is the way I would position it. So
Mm-hmm.
I'll get my own selfish plug. So I run a program called the Leadership Lab, and what we teach is how you show up, how you take care of yourself as a leader, show up, and how you coach, right? Like this is the bulk of it. So what I teach people that come through the lab is I say, listen, you just educated yourself on how to be a better leader. So go back to your team. You can do this one-on-one, or you can do it whole team. That's going to be culturally dependent. But ideally, you can go to the whole team and you can say, hey guys, listen, I have been working really hard to become a better leader so I can help you hit the goals you have for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And here's what that looks like. If you wanted to get better at the gym, you might hire a personal trainer because they know better how to lift and what to eat.
Right.
If you wanted to be better with your finances, you might find a financial advisor that could coach you. If you needed, emotional support, you might go to a therapist. Like, here's what I want to do. I want to be your career coach. And I've learned how to do that. And I just want to open the door to say, if any of you are thinking about something you want to earn more in, a service you want to be better at, something you just want some confidence in,
Mm-hmm.
like I would love to set up some time and talk about it and make sure I can bring you the resources. And if I don't have the knowledge, like my job is to close the gap with you. So I'm going to find it for you. So who wants to like be my beta test? Like who's on board
Yeah.
for let's take 90 days. And if you think it sucks and you think I suck as a coach, you can be like, Steph, I don't want to meet with you every month anymore. Like I'm done with
Yeah.
this,
Yeah.
or if the season shows up and it's busy and this doesn't feel right, then just be like, hey, I got to skip this month. Like it's really okay. But my whole goal as your leader, I'm supposed to help you grow.
Yeah.
So that's why you're here. If I'm not helping you grow, you should go work for yourself, actually.
Yeah.
Like go
That's
grow
good.
yourself.
That's
So
good. I love that.
then you just let people say, oh, that sounds interesting. And then they're going to ask questions. Well, what does that mean? And well, you know what? We could meet once a month. And like, let's just first start with like, what's the goal? And I can help you figure that out if you're overwhelmed when I ask that question, because
Mm.
you might be like, I don't know, like, what is the goal? you
Mm-hmm.
know, I can
Mm-hmm.
math it out for you. I can get you down to the exact thing. If you did this, the outcome would show up, and I think for me with my team, the reason why I had such a successful salon and why my team still calls me to this day for help is because I could say, what's the thing you're going after? Let's get it down to like the dollars and cents, and then let's get it to the behavior.
Yeah.
Because I can tell you all day long to go sell retail, but if what
Mm-hmm.
you actually suck at is the first part of the consultation where you say, hey, what do you really love about your hair? What do you not
Yeah.
love? Like, what's the hardest styling thing? If you skip all that and then you go to sell at the end, you feel awkward. And that's why you stop yourself, because you have
Yeah.
nothing to say. So it's
Yeah.
behaviors. So that would be
Yeah.
my advice to people is like launch it as an invitation. You might get one person. I don't care. Start there. Start.
That's beautiful. Just do it. It's better to done than perfect. Just do it. I love.
And then go
Okay.
arm in arm with them. Like literally
Mm-hmm.
go beside them. Like, look, I got you. Like high
Mm-hmm.
five them, celebrate them, pay attention. I mean, gosh, I think the problem we're facing in beauty with burnout is so real at an
Mm-hmm.
owner and leader level. And it's the thing, like you see all these coaches that are kind of promoting work like less in your salon, basically, right? Let your salon run without you and like
Uh-huh.
live afar. Like
Uh-huh.
that is such a narrative. And I'm telling you what, you guys, there is not a single amount of evidence and support and research that says that works. It
Oh.
doesn't work. It doesn't work. And I can tell you from salons I work with, friends that
Mm-hmm.
own salons that have
Mm-hmm.
done that, that have tanked a business and had to rebuild, like
Mm-hmm.
we are relational.
Yeah.
And so if you don't have a hard, amazing second hand you can bring in, then you got to be there. You
Thank
got
you.
to be there.
I personally, that has been a personal belief of mine. And I'm thinking, well, maybe there's something that I just don't know. Maybe I just don't know. So maybe I should like take a couple more days off, like from the salon and like have office hours or whatever. But okay, they can do it. But I have actually experienced that it does not work. Like you need to be there. We are leaders so that we can serve. So I'm really refreshed and happy that you just said that, because it's like, yeah, hello. Okay.
And if that part feels hard, like if
Yeah.
you're an owner who's like, man, I don't really want to be here,
Mm-hmm.
that is your work right now. You have to
Yeah.
fix that, because if that feels overwhelming, too much energy outpour, like if it just feels like I hate this, I'm
Mm-hmm.
unhappy, I'm overwhelmed, your team knows that too. Whether your
Mm-hmm.
words say it or not, they know. So like that is your work. And we kind of get in this tailspin of like, I feel that way. I'm going to get sucked into like the story that I could be out of a business more.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to fall for that. And then I'm going to lose my staff. And then I'm going to hate the business even more. And now I got to go in harder and I got to rebuild and I'm defeated and I don't want to do it. And so I'm just going to shut it down. I mean, I see that
All the
more than
time.
I care to admit.
Yeah.
When in fact, if you actually just said, what would it take for me to love leading?
Mm.
What would it take for me to recognize the privilege that is growing other people?
Yeah.
Right? What would it take for me to feel like I'm so proud of doing this work? I want to do this work. Like, I want to grow these people and get in and do it. Like it's a totally different feeling when you love it like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you what, where you put good energy, you get growth.
It's
So
true.
if you don't focus good on your people aren't going to do good for you.
I one thing that seems, I don't know if it's a trend or if it's just by chance, I have met these salon owners, but a lot of them are in places, like their actual salon are in places that they are not happy to be in. So like I've met some salon owners who are like very much city kind of folk, and their salon is very much not in what they are, if that makes sense, whether it's like
Hmm.
a farmland or a fishing town or whatever, whatever. Like they just don't fit, and it's very hard for them to love the people, I think, that are there,
Hmm.
because they are not the same, if that makes sense. And I feel like that's a big factor. Like you have to love the community that you're in, where the people that you are surrounding, so you can do all these things that you're talking about right now. Would you
Yeah,
say that that's fair?
I think that's totally fair. I'm a like, full believer that like, if I don't really like you, I can't lead you. Like I can't, I'm not going to serve you well. Right. Like if I
Yeah.
don't
We're
like
not we
you,
don't fit.
we don't fit. And I think the other risk is like, it's easy to romanticize the
Mm.
life you don't have.
Oh,
But
yeah.
like, let's say I own a like rural salon and I was really wishing I was in the city. Your city salon gonna have the same problems.
Mm.
Like, so don't
Okay.
romanticize, like, don't get stuck there. Put your energy with the thing that you have and either grow it and sell it, shut it down, whatever. Like, make a
Yeah.
choice.
Yeah. Do
Like, be in or
something.
out. Like, be
Yeah.
in or out because that spinning, nobody likes that. And you're going to turn your staff and then you're really going to hate it because now you're
Mhm.
starting over again. And it's like,
Yeah.
that sucks.
That's rough. It's rough. It's rough. I know a couple people in Pennsylvania and then here in Florida, and it's like, I don't know. Okay. What has been your biggest lesson that you have learned being in the industry, becoming a doctor, that you wish these CEOs and the mailman and these lawyers and doctors, like, what is the lesson you have learned that you wish they would understand, that they would get
Like, about beauty professionals.
about life, about professionals, about anything?
I mean, I think I'm going to quote a mentor and friend of mine, Frank Westerbeek, who owns Gadabout Salons in Tucson.
Mm-hmm.
It's about people. Like, love your people all the time, every time. People first. Like, and
Mm.
I think when we live our life and we walk that way, sometimes it's hard in business. You got to make a
Yeah.
decision that's more supportive of the people. And like, operationally, it's not the right choice, but
Yeah.
it's the right choice for the person. And I think when you serve people, you win every time.
I love that. Again, servant's heart.
Yeah.
You got to have a servant's heart.
Yeah.
You spoke about the leadership lab, but what other options are there for people listening and watching who want to get in contact with you, want to work with you? How do they go about that? Where do they go? We're going to have all the links in the show notes, but what can you tell them?
Yeah. So Instagram is always my favorite place to connect. So you'll have the show link there, but it's Steph with an F_Fox. And then I also have a podcast. So that's on Spotify and YouTube. And the Leader Lab is the primary program that I love to run. I have learned over time that I can certainly coach, and I do a lot of coaching, but if you don't have the foundational knowledge,
Mm,
you can't execute. And so, really, like, if you want to work with me, we start in the Leader Lab and then we move through like programming after that. That's like coaching and supporting in the
mm,
implementation. Cause like
cool.
I'm a change driver, so I'm not the coach that's like, let's just have a call every month and like talk about what feels hard. That's not who I am. And I'm not going to do that and waste your money or my time. Um, I'm going to get you into what's actually in your way. And we're going to talk
Yeah.
about how you fix that. And then I'm going to
Yeah.
hold you to the fire of making the fix because I like to see growth for people. That is my job as a leader. And it's why the top brands, in the industry pick me because, I can
Get
have a
it done. You
conversation.
get the shit done.
Yeah,
Let's
I'm
go.
like, we're doing it, right? Like, one of my clients who's in Atlanta, who's got nine salons down there. They're like, we did a tour. They wanted like recruitment feedback, and they had me be like the role model. And so this was Van Michael salons, and I can tell the story because he knows the story, and his son Lucas knows the story. Um, they're like, what's your thought? What's your feedback from our like tour? And I'm like, well, how honest do you want me to be with you right now?
I love it.
And that's why they picked me because I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm going to tell you exactly what's not working, and in their case, what wasn't working was they have a long education program that feels
Mm,
really important to them. And they were underselling it because every time somebody asked about it, they were like, well, it's like, it's this long. And because they were nervous, they knew people
yeah.
didn't want that.
Yeah.
And so the shift we made that changed everything for them in recruiting is like, when someone asks you, how long is your training program? You just look at them and say, well, how good do you want to be?
Mm-hmm.
Because we build the best hairdressers in the world and we know
Yeah.
exactly what it takes to do that. And it's 3
Yeah.
years. And when you come out of that program, you're going to be better than anybody you graduated from school with. So how good
Mm-hmm.
do you want to be? And that's the flip, right? And so like I
Yeah.
can say that to Van Council and he's like, okay, Steph, but I'm okay to say that because I want
Yeah.
people to grow. So yeah,
Yeah.
Leader Lab, Instagram, Spotify, I'm on
Yeah.
YouTube. Yeah, and I like
I
helping people get to wherever they're trying to go. Like that is my dream. Like where are we trying to
Let's
go? Let's go.
go. Let's
Like
go. Okay. So we talked, I feel like a lot. We kind of covered a lot of
yeah,
things.
so good.
What is a question that I did not ask you that you wish I would have? And how would you have answered?
Oh man, that's so good. Question you would have asked me. I don't know. You asked me so many good questions. Uh, I don't have one. I literally am like drawing a blank.
I
You
did my
you did a
job.
great job. You did. You did a great job.
Did my job. Oh my goodness. Well, Steph, thank you for coming on the Beauty Pro podcast. For all of you guys watching and listening, get in contact with her, whether you are a person of faith, whether you want to get on board, like get the things done, reach out to her, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Thank you, Steph.
Thank you.